Hello, everyone. I'm Obi Clint. Welcome to Inner Peace Time. As always, it's great to be here online with all of you, whether you're watching from Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, or here in person. As today, you'll see a lot of funny, really funny things with my mouth and the audio. It's not quite going together. Today, we're trying a new camera, trying to make it work. And with technology, there's always something interesting and new to try to fix. But for the most part, the great thing is you don't necessarily need to see my mouth and my sound to go together for us to meditate quite well. Oh, so, anyways, as always, it's great to see you all. So, hello, Eric. Hi, Vivi. Hi, Krista. Hello, Tiago, Nui, Joyce, Kev, Dear, and Wendy and John here on Zoom. Also, hello. Let's see here. Hello, Delaney, Julie, Jenna Hagzo on YouTube, and also everyone watching on Facebook and Twitch. And of course, hello, Pat. Thanks for joining in also. So, I hope everyone's been practicing your meditation. A little practice here and there can be very, very beneficial. You don't have to be sitting for hours at a time to gain benefits, but at least a little bit a day can go a long way. And that's what's important. Starting your practice and making your practice consistent. As you start to practice more consistently, you'll start to gain the benefits more consistently. It starts to flow a lot easier. You won't have to be trying to force yourself to do it perfect or something like that, doing it once a week. If you do only once a week, still better than not at all. But I do recommend, try and do a little bit each day. It'll be much more beneficial for you. It's actually better to meditate 5 minutes a day every day than trying to do 1 hour a week. Okay? So even though that 1 hour, just slightly less than 5 minutes a day, but oh no, it's even though it's a lot more than 5 minutes a day, it's just it doesn't quite get that same consistency because when you practice every day, it gives you that ability to adjust more often when you need to, and then you'll find the way that works best for you. And that's why we practice often. It's not so much how long, but how often. And when you practice more often, it gets easier because you'll know how you should adjust to continue to improve and help yourself. So, oh, hello, Red. Thanks for saying hi on YouTube. So, as always, let's get into our perfect position. As we know, for meditation, there's only two steps: relaxation and awareness. You don't need to force or push or try to look perfect. Just be comfortable, take your time, take it easy. And hello, Annie. I see you joined in here on Zoom. Okay, then let's get into our perfect position, as I like to call it, because it's perfect for you. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in the cool, calm, relaxing air. And breathe out all your worries, thoughts, and responsibilities. Just let it all go. Forget about it for the time that we are meditating. Just breathe in, breathe out. Let each breath of fresh air help you become more relaxed, more comfortable. Take in a few more deep breaths, as this is a natural and easy way to relax. And once you are ready, you can return to normal breathing. But before we continue, remember to let go of all your expectations. Whatever you think or know is supposed to happen, forget about it. Let yourself feel as innocent as a child. No worries, no regrets, no responsibility. Just innocent and free. Not a care in the world. We're all just relaxing with our friends. And to add to our relaxation, let us do a body scan. Relaxing from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. And take your time. No rush. Allow yourself to feel nice and comfortable. Allowing the relaxation to flow throughout your entire body. Letting it trickle down from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. But really take your time. Relaxation cannot be rushed. It cannot be forced. Because if you try to rush it or force it, we end up tensing up, feeling more uncomfortable, going the opposite direction that we're trying to do. So take your time, take it easy. Allow your body to release and relax. Slowly making adjustments to feel nice and comfortable. And that's what's important. We meditate for inner peace, not Instagram. You don't have to look perfect. You don't have to be perfect. But you should feel perfect. The position that feels perfect to you. You feel perfectly comfortable. Not tense, no discomfort, just at ease. As long as you feel comfortable, we're going the right direction. While at the same time, don't be too comfortable. For example, if you happen to be at home and you're meditating in a laying position, it's definitely very comfortable. Only problem is sometimes too comfortable, and then you just fall asleep. But I do recommend meditating in a laying position before going to bed. It's a great way to end your day and begin a restful sleep. But in meditation, if you lay down, you have to pay attention a bit more, just because it's very easy to fall asleep. It's also why, if you're in a group setting, I don't recommend laying down, because the sleep itself is not a problem in meditation. The problem is snoring. When we start to snore and unintentionally bother those around us. An unintentional distraction for everyone else. Of course, no one wants to do this. But if you happen to fall asleep in meditation, it's okay. It's normal. And also, those around you can easily wake you. It only takes a little tap on the hand. You don't have to shake their whole body. Just a little tap, enough for them to have some awareness, come back. Then you'll hear a deep breath or a deep inhale, and they tend to be right back, ready to continue. But in some instances, especially if they're very tired, it might be deep breath and then back to snoring. In that case, another tap. But as we practice, remember we're trying to find that balance, relaxation, and awareness. So be comfortable enough that we say, this is okay. I feel good. If you're more than that, that's fine. Just be a little careful. Because if you do fall asleep, the great thing is you gain rest. You get a very good nap. But you only get half the benefit of meditation. So if you find yourself tending to fall asleep, I recommend adding more awareness, focusing on your meditation object or your mantra, adding a little bit more focus. That way we get the balance just right. At the same time, if you have too much focus, you try too hard, you might unintentionally start to feel discomfort. You might feel tension in your forehead, tension in your body in other areas. If you try too hard, especially with visualization, we tend to have tension in the forehead area. Your eyebrows tend to scrunch. Sometimes your eyes are squeezing or squinting. When in reality, we know our physical eyes cannot see anything if we close our eyelids. It's physically impossible. What we see in meditation is not from our physical eyes. That's why it's okay to have them closed or even slightly open. Because when we start to see something, it's our mind's eye. You could say it's the eye that we use in our dreams. How our mind can visualize things or picture things without actually needing our eyes to focus on it. If you're not sure how to do this, just think of your home, your house or apartment, and just think of the door before you go inside. You could probably visualize what it looks like once we open the door, seeing inside your home or your bedroom. That is our mind's eye, how we can picture it, even if it's not very clear. When our mind becomes more calm, more still, peaceful, our mind's eye has the ability to see more clearly. We gain clarity. We start to see truth. But before all that, we have to practice the balance of relaxation and awareness. So don't force, Don't push. Take your time. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Son mo Araham Son mo Araham Son mo Araham. Now, let us continue in silence, letting our mind be calm, clear, and peaceful. Now, let us begin spreading loving kindness. Spreading loving kindness is like spreading out your heart, sending out good intention to all beings. So let us visualize our object as we have been doing, and imagine that your object becomes crystal clear, clean, and bright. And at the center of your object, there is a bright light. This light is very special. All those who touch this light are instantly happier, healthier, and more at peace. So we let this light illuminate our bodies, filling our body with light. And let this light shine out from you, filling the room. Let this light spread far and wide, filling the city, filling the state or province, filling the country and the surrounding countries, until filling the entire world and out throughout the universe. Thinking of our loved ones, our family, our friends, our close and distant relatives, our co-workers, acquaintances, all the people you know, and all the people you don't know. To all sentient beings, all the animals in this world, and even thinking to the heavens, to our friends and relatives who have passed away, wishing well for every one of them. And as we are spreading loving kindness, let us make this wish together for us all to be happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, to gain wisdom, attain enlightenment, for world peace. Let us take a moment to make our own good wishes. Sappe Buddha Parapata Pacceka Nanchayang Palang Arahanta Nanjate Jenarakam Pantami Sapaso Sapaputtha Nupavena Sapatama Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. And now, very gently and at your own pace, opening your eyes, Take your time as we slowly come back. You can take in a few deep breaths, do a little stretch if you'd like, as we slowly come back. How is everyone feeling? Take a moment to notice how you feel right now, now that we've finished. As each time we meditate, it's either a good session or an almost good session. There are no bad sessions. As each time we can always grow, learn from it. Whatever works, try and do it again. Whatever doesn't work, it's okay, you can skip that. You don't have to do that again. Each time we practice, it gives us that opportunity to try something, to adjust, and realize how to continually get better and better. So that's why it's good to practice more often rather than just a long time once in a while. Okay? So I see more people have come in. Hello, Carlos. Oh, that's it. Okay. So, before we go into questions and comments, I'd like to share some words of wisdom. For today, it's about forgiving yourself. We tend to be a bit hard on ourselves. So my master says, to forgive oneself and others helps our mind become more joyous. And it's a good foundation of meditation. By being able to forgive, it can be very beneficial for you. Because if you're too hard on what should have been or what shouldn't have been, it tends to really hold us back. It's very much like expectation, but it's more on the negative side. So when we finally start to forgive, we let go. We start to allow ourselves to move forward. And as you start to be able to let go, when it comes to meditation, you're able to go inward easier. Not feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, this is not good. I'm doing that wrong. I'm doing this incorrectly. That's all too much. It's all in your mind. Take it step by step, little by little. It's okay to make mistakes along the way. We're human. We're fallible. We're going to make mistakes. So, since it's going to happen anyway, when it happens, it's okay. We do our best not to do it again next time. But we are human. We'll probably screw up again. That's just how we are. So, take it step by step. Forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. When you start to forgive yourself, you're opening up for you to grow, for you to improve. So don't hold yourself back. Forgive yourself as well as others if you're able to, little by little. Okay? So just some nice words of wisdom I wanted to share with you all. And oh, great. Joyce says she's feeling blessed and happy. I'm very glad. So, well, first, as you can see, the cameras I have today are actually in the back of the room. Here, I'll show you the actual room. And sadly, the wireless camera has a funky dark spots here, as you can see. But yeah, today I'm alone in the room. No one's here today, but it's okay. We just started having our in-person classes, so little by little, growing little by little. And of course, I'm here for you guys, all of you, where you are at home or at the centers where you're at. So, the main thing is we're coming together to find some peace together. And that's what it's for. That's why it's like this. And my camera's funny. You'll notice I'll go dark or bright depending on the direction in which I'm looking. Not quite sure what's going on. But, you'll continue to see improvements as every week comes by. Okay. So now I see a question from Hakuzo. He says, is there a way to stop waking up every couple of hours and disrupting sleep? If you are waking up often and it's not physical ailment, it seems like your mind is worrying a lot. You're thinking a lot. When this is actually why I recommend meditating before going to sleep. It's a great way to help us start to release, relax, let go of what's going on in the day. This is not a surefire way to fix it, but this is one way to help if it's mostly mental. For example, you're always thinking and then you kind of wake yourself up. But if it's something that's more biological or you are actually a biological problem, like, for example, you need to get up to use the restroom. That's something else. That's more of a medical thing. Or uh, or maybe you have sleep apnea and your body couldn't breathe at the moment you woke up, which gladly you woke up. So this is something that it's good to check with your doctor if this is the thing, because with everything, a lot of things that we do in meditation, it's a way of helping us find our contentment in life. But at the same time, while finding our contentment, we also have to care for our body and check our health also. So check both things, all right? But that's what I recommend first, which I know you join late night anyway. So when we meditate, try to do a little short meditation before you go to bed, just to release, relax, and then allow yourself to drift to sleep. If you are doom scrolling at night, it's not very helpful. So I would recommend put that down if that's a thing, because this is for anyone who happens to be watching. Okay, I admit I've had some of those experiences where you just happen to be looking at, I'm gonna look at one thing, two, three, 80. So beware. Uh, okay. Oh, here's another question. Can meditation help heighten all other senses? Yes, it can. The thing is, it tends to happen more so during meditation, because when we're meditating, the first thing we start to notice a lot, at least when in my own experience, is our hearing tends to be the first thing that tends to heighten. You start to hear things that normally you wouldn't hear. Like it's not that it's not making sound, but it's just that it's not something you would normally be aware of. For example, a clock ticking. If you're not really paying attention to the clock, you don't hear it tick anymore. But when you're meditating, it's like all the sounds, even the tiny things, they start to become louder because you've let go of everything else and letting your mind just kind of zoom in. So that's one thing I've noticed. I remember when I was meditating as a kid, um, one of the teachers, they would have a clock next to them, and I was sitting in the back of the room, and I raised my hand after meditation. I'm like, was that clock always that loud? He's like, what clock? And he picks up this one. He's like, I can't even hear it. So that's one thing that does happen. But there are other things, like some people they can feel their pulse, not just hear it, but feel like the blood flow. Some people will feel temperature changes, like very very, like they can feel it throughout their whole body very easily. So your senses do heighten during meditation. Outside of meditation, it can still be there, depending on how centered we are and if we're focusing on that specific thing. As one of my teachers slash friend had told me, after meditation, he was able to hear ants. Like he could hear them just, well, of course he couldn't hear what they were like, knowing like what they mean, but he could hear the sound, looking down, going, I can hear that. What's going on here? So it's just a lot of interesting stuff. But it's mostly because you're so in tune at that moment. If you practice more, you can turn it on and off or decide how much you want to listen. But it's just more so interesting rather than creepy. So it's not like it's not like Sixth Sense. Suddenly I see dead people. You don't have to worry about that. Uh, that's a whole different thing. But okay. But yes, your other senses do tend to heighten. Okay. Oh, Phoebe has a comment. She says, "My hearing is very sensitive. I can even hear the rain before it starts raining." Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. Some people can smell it depending on where you're from. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or wonders? I'm still laughing at this bright dark thing that happens with the phone with the camera. Okay, then quick reminder, we have some events coming up very soon. This Monday is full moon, and this time it'll be Venerable Jackie, so go on and enjoy another wonderful meditation session. Of course, since we're having full moon, there will be no late night, so let's go on and enjoy that. Same Zoom room, but 1 hour earlier, of course. If you join late night, it's always 1 hour earlier. That's what full moon is. And then also wanted to invite you guys to, or more letting you guys know, we're doing a donation for Katina here in Toronto, as a group here, our meditation buddies, and just wanted to share merit with you all as our our goal has been surpassed. I started off at 500, it went up to 1,000. Now we're going to the next goal of 5,000 as a donation for our temple. So if anyone would like to join in, feel free to send a donation if you'd like, or the donation to a temple nearby, because Katina is a special robe offering ceremony. They offer this special robe to the monks as a way of congratulation and honor, and this robe becomes an honor robe, which is given to all the monks, and the monks themselves will decide which monk gets this robe. Here in Toronto, I happen to be the monk that is probably going to get the robe. So it's just like, this will be fun. So I get the honor robe this year. I'll be getting the Katina robe. And um and last year we got to make our donation together. I was just so very glad that I wanted to make this an annual thing that we can do together. One big donation to help care for the temple so that our temple can keep going, as well as making sure that I'm able to keep streaming and being here online with you all. As it's like a big fundraiser day that we use for the whole year. And yeah, so I'm very glad that we all got to be a part of it last year, and this year we're already getting close. Of course, whatever goal we reach or not reach, no problem. The goal is just we're making this donation together to make bun, to make merit, good energy for ourselves. And of course, it's great to continue to keep this good energy with us so that it helps us in our life. And in Buddhism, we believe into our other lifetimes as well. So, as I see no other questions. Uh, okay. Thank you, Hagazo. He says, I need a foreground light. Yeah, as of right now, as you guys see for Saturdays or this class, my lighting and my cameras and everything will be always changing until it finally works. Because uh, this equipment that I'm using today is actually the stuff that I use in my room for in my studio that I use on a late night. But then I had to adjust it because now it's a telescopic lens. So at least you can see me, but because the cord is so long, the signal's very slow, and that's why I'm very choppy. So we're learning a lot of different things as we go. Luckily, the audio doesn't have that problem, so the audio is coming in pretty clear, with our regular dynamic mics. But it's a process. We're gonna continue to learn and adjust. Just like here, this camera, it's a wireless camera which worked great at the old center, but since all of our lights in this room are LED, they are messing with the with the lighting, so that's why it looks like that. So we get to learn a lot of interesting things as we go, and continue to make adjustments. I might just put in some studio lights right here, just for specifically, even though it's an in-person class. But well, we'll see. I'll continue to make adjustments as we go, just like life. That's why in our meditation, we learn we need to adjust. Same with our daily life, and continually getting better, adjusting, making improvements. So I hope you all, continue to make the adjustments, just like I'm hopefully showing you guys in real time with you all. Okay. Oh, Satu. Thank you. He says, uh, Hakazo hopes that he'll be able to make a donation. Satu. But whether you guys can or cannot make a donation, no problem. The main thing is have that heart of you want to share in this good energy together. And before we go, I'd like to give you all a blessing. May you all be blessed with happiness, good health, wealth, success in your lives. May you be surrounded by good friends who will always guide you into light, in times of darkness and in times of need. And when you close your eyes to meditate, may you attain inner peace easily and quickly in every lifetime. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching from. And remember, a smile a day keeps the stress away. So everyone, keep smiling and let's brighten up the world together. So for everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, see you guys next time. And for those on Zoom, feel free to stay longer if you'd like to chat. Take care, everyone.